scheduling is a constant struggle. You know, and that's like the more people you're dating, or like especially like when we meet people as a couple or meeting other couples is like, you know, it's instead of 2 people schedules, it's 4, and like it just becomes harder. You know, and there are like emotional challenges to it as well with that communication. Like sometimes you have to like tell your partner like your ugly feelings that you're kind of ashamed of, you know, and that's tough at times. Like I'm generally not a jealous person, but like talking about jealousy is really tough for me. Like that's like probably the emotion I have like the most discomfort with.
Do you feel ashamed of jealousy, or?
Yeah, well, like I feel ashamed of myself for like feeling it and like acting upon it, I guess. Like I feel ashamed for letting it affect me, and not like, because I talk about it. I talk about it often. I'm like, yeah, like usually, you know, jealousy is like a you know, it's not going to go away, but you just talk through it, you figure it out, and usually it stems from like something else, like, you know, some other unmet need, and I still struggle with that from time to time, and it's just like, I'm like, damn it, Brian, like, you know better than this, and, you know.
Sure. It's hard to have an emotion that you can't use logic with.
Right,
Like, it's hard to just have like a totally like kind of guttural emotion that's just like you can't like put any logic to. That was definitely a tough thing for me too.
And like I have to like sometimes I have to like explain it to myself, where I'm like, actually, Brian, this is like your jealousy feelings are like biological in a lot of ways, and you know, and so like understanding it from that perspective like helps me a lot.
In terms of like negative stuff for me, it was like pretty hard at first on my like self-esteem. I had like really bad self-esteem issues like going back a long time, and so it was like hard for me at the beginning to not compare myself to other people that Brian would see, and like especially the people he had feelings for. It was like really a hard, I don't want to say like journey, that sounds so cheesy, but yeah, like a hard journey to like go through, because it was just like a lot of like kind of old feelings that came back up from like my teenage years of like inadequacy and like feeling like inadequate. Like it was a lot of that came up for me, but it's something that I'm glad I have had to deal with, because otherwise like you don't learn anything.
Do you feel like it's like better, those feelings are not as strong, or you're better equipped to deal with them when they come up? Or
I think I'm definitely better equipped to deal with them, and I'm like, I don't know, I mean, I guess I'll like, the thing that will tell me whether or not I've like dealt with them is like if you have feelings for another person again, like, because that was what was hard for me, was like the like romantic feelings. Because I totally like, you know, I also used to have issues like where I'm like, I mean, the sex stuff was hard for me at the very beginning too, but like I've totally gone over that, and like, well, not totally, but like I've.
Yeah, like you're pretty much.
Yeah. So like it's just such a learning curve, kind of, and like there's just so many like new things that.
And I think it's you just the more practice you get.
Exactly.
Like,
I feel like and the more secure we feel in our own relationship, like that helps too. Like I feel way more like secure like than I did when we were together for 6 months. Obviously.
That makes a lot of sense. More safe.
Yeah, exactly.
And you just like you know, for me, like the more often it happens and everything's fine, like it just feels fine. Like it's not.
It's like positive reinforcement.
Yeah, exactly. Like, you know, this isn't gonna change things, and you've seen because the million times it has happened, and it hasn't changed anything.
Yeah, exactly.